This is the last new weapon class in the game, a sword class, starting with the Splatana Stamper. Splatanas are similar to brushes, in that they're melee weapons that are able to swipe horizontally left to right to attack, but it also is able to charge into vertical swipes. When horizontally swiping, it does 35 damage as a projectile, while 20 damage as a direct hit. Yet it does 70 damage as the charge projectile, and 140 damage on a direct hit. Some ink save remains should be considered if you just want to focus on charged attacks. Just like chargers, hide behind a wall before a charged attack, especially if you find a jump marker. When moving forward while charging, you'll lunge up to your target, closing the distance. The tap shots are what you want to use when turfing, and also as an alternative attack to finish off other mobile opponents, primarily dualies. Luckily, it does have high damage to crab tanks, big bubblers, and wave breakers without object shredder. The main weaknesses to watch out for are being a slower attacker than short-range shooters like NZAPs or Splatana Juniors, and that the ink recovery time after attacks, especially with it having a highish ink cost for either attack type, can take a while to recover. Luckily, we meet our final new sub-weapon that helps the main weapon out, the Burst Bomb. This is a less lethal bomb that explodes on contact, unlike other bombs like suction bombs or splat bombs, but is used to paint the ground or walls very quickly, making mobility easy, not to mention launching it on an enemy quite well to finish them off. On a direct hit, it does 60 damage, while 25 to 35 on indirect damage. There are loads of combos that can be executed, and when playing this weapon right, it's very deadly. Most notably, one direct hit from a bomb with 2 direct swipes is a kill. Couple this with the ability Intensify Action, and this can make the Stamper a very fast annoying weapon to bring it down. Its special is the Zipcaster. This allows it to hide in inaccessible areas and launch down to opponents with either quick swipes or a direct charge attack with the indirect damage Zipcaster does. All of this combined causes the Splatana Stamper to become a ninja weapon. Next we move on to our second kit, the Splatana Stamper Nouveau. Its sub-weapon is Toxic Mist. Not only does this slow opponents down to get hit with a direct charge shot, but this can also be used on a jump marker to slow someone down before they can even attack you, or even throw it in conjunction with its special, that being the crab tank. This kit is more about attacking from the back, whereas the main weapon is about finding guys and killing them. The Toxic Mist on a jump marker is my favorite strategy, even as someone who isn't an expert on the Stamper. And our third kit is the Sticker Splatana Stamper, and its sub-weapon is the Auto Bomb. Using it is just like the blaster. Toss one and watch how the enemy reacts to the bomb and get ready for a charge shot, or even the projectile swipes when splash damage from Auto Bomb softens the enemy up. Not much to say, other than we got our new special, the Booyah Bomb. Yeah, that Booyah taunt right there does something. When activating the Booyah Bomb, the user floats in the air, even when falling or in the air yourself, and becomes the center of attention. A shield activates that has 470 HP, but watch out for special weapons that can break the shield easily. Most notably, watch out for Reef Sliders, which have a 7.5 damage multiplier, but other specials include the Kraken Royale and Ink Vac. The shield is to protect the user while setting the bomb up, and teammates can spam the Booyah taunt just like the user can. Living teammates also receive special points when charging the bomb. The first person to respond gets 6 special points, second gets 3, third gets 2, fourth gets 1, and fifth gets 0.5 points. Note that enemies can see when you're charging the bomb, so be sure that you aren't hiding in the ink when you're charging the bomb, though you won't get any special charge when you get knocked out in battle. Without any booyahs, it takes 8.5 seconds for the bomb to form. Once the bomb is ready, it expands on the first surface it collides with, doing 3.3 damage per frame, or 150 damage per second, and destroys its own shield, leaving it vulnerable unless throwing it at your feet, allowing it as an escape. Because the range beats every main weapon, this makes it an intimidating tool to launch at an opponent in the back, and when in combination with the main weapon and auto bomb, it can do some serious work. The Booyah Bomb lets the main weapon and teammates enter areas in safety, lets the special do chip damage on enemies that escape its AoE, and also chases them into the range of auto bomb and or the main weapon in a single direct swipe. This being one of the 8 weapons to have Booyah Bomb causes this one to have an enticing choice to play, though I prefer another weapon that has this exact kit. We'll be meaning that in a future episode. And I also want to take time about the Order Stamper replica, the last of the Order replica weapons for a long time, because there's something special about the Order Stamper replica. Unlike the main weapon that it's based on, the replica weapon doesn't have any ink color on it, making it easy to fake out when someone thinks you don't have any ink. And now, all that's left are the new specials and the other weapons that are in the game. So, let's all have fun meeting them all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next episode. Until then, peace.